Zach and Vinbee, the Borough Bugs. Together they review the boroughs of London. From Westminster to Islington, from Hillingdon to Havering. They find out what is there and then they show it to you.
Recently, we've received a letter from a completely real fan of the show.
You wrote that yourself, didn't you?
The letter reads, Dear Zach, how come you have Vinbee on a show about London? She is very clearly from the Midlands. Her accent gives it away.
Trust me, I wish it wasn't like that.
Same. Anyways, welcome to Borough Bugs, the show where we research all about the interesting things within all 32 London boroughs.
Hello, I'm Vinbee, and I'm genuinely really jealous that you live in London, Zach.
And I'm Zach, and that's not my problem. And this is Borough Bugs.
Bugs? I'm just tired of living in the north, you know. The internet out in the countryside is as slow as dial-up.
I wish you could be closer to London as well. It would make sense, as we're Zach and Vinbee, the Borough Bugs. Which reminds me, there's a London borough which also has an "and" in it.
Oh yeah, Kensington and Chelsea. This borough was the first one to have two place names in its name, and the history about its name is rather interesting.
So, without further ado, today's borough is Kensington and Chelsea!
Ooh!
Kensington and Chelsea's full name is the Royal Borough of Kensington and Chelsea, a bit like how Westminster is officially known as the City of Westminster.
Just like how we have full names, Zach Atwood and Vinbee Langley.
Your last name is Langley?
Yep!
Huh. Kensington and Chelsea is one of the more pretentious boroughs of London.
Ironic, considering Kensington and Chelsea is the smallest London borough. K&C's total amount of land is 4.68 square miles, or 12.1 square kilometres.
Wow, with such little space, it's a wonder how they managed to cram all of the museums into the borough.
Speaking of which, let's talk about them now. South Kensington is where most people go to see the museums, located on the appropriately named Exhibition Road in South Kensington.
There are 3 major museums in South Kensington. We're not going to cover them individually as that will take quite a bit, so here they are in a short list.
The Natural History Museum,
The Science Museum,
and the Victoria and Albert Museum.
There's a lot more museums here other than these 3, but these are the more well-known ones.
To get to these museums, you'll have to walk through an incredibly long walkway at South Kensington Tube Station.
It's not a fun walk, but once you exit the tunnel, you'll be at the museums.
Which museum is your favourite, Zach?
Oh, I quite like the Science Museum. They have lots of funny contraptions in there.
That's my favourite as well!
Awesome! Oh, by the way, entry to all museums here are free! This is Harrods, one of the world's most famous department stores. It was founded in 1849.
Harrods is 20,000 square meters big, and it has 7 individual floors of selling space, equaling about 90,000 square meters, which is over 1 million square feet, making it the biggest department store in Europe.
Wow! And with all that space, the shop has a total of 330 individual departments, selling a huge range of products services, and almost anything you could think of, as well as a food hall.
They also have a seasonal Christmas department, because who doesn't love Christmas shops?
Oh, I know I do. Also, Harrods has its own motto.
Omnibus ubique?
It's actually Omnia Omnibus Ubique, which is Latin for all things for all people everywhere.
Oh, I didn't know you spoke Latin, Zach.
I don't. This is Portobello Road.
Wow, we've run out of landmarks and we're resorting to roads?
No. This one's a notable road. Portobello Road is home to none other than Portobello Road Market. This market is usually open on weekends.
The market area is almost a kilometre in length, being around 940 metres in length, or 1,028 yards. So it's quite a trek if you plan to walk the whole length.
Markets bore me to death, so I don't plan on walking through here anytime soon.
Well, you could use a bit of exercise, Zach.
This one isn't really a landmark, but it occurs throughout Kensington.
The Notting Hill Carnival is an event which is led by the British Caribbean community. It began on the 30th of January 1959 when they held an indoor Caribbean carnival.
This was a response to racial abuse in the UK around that time, and the event was broadcasted by the BBC. Nowadays, the carnival averages around 2 million attendees, with around 40,000 volunteers.
The event takes place every year towards the end of August, and in 2006, Notting Hill Carnival was voted onto a list of icons of England.
Of course, when you have a show about several aspects of London, there's obviously going to be some things which aren't very light-hearted.
Some things may include disasters or other serious events which happen somewhere.
Which is why this part of the episode will be dedicated to a subject which may be a rather serious one.
We have to discuss Grenfell Tower in North Kensington.
This tower was the site of one of the worst residential fires in the UK since the Second World War. On the 14th of June 2017, a fire broke out at around 1 o'clock in the morning, and the fire lasted for a whole 24 hours before finally being fully extinguished after 60 hours.
The fire was caused by faulty electrical wiring in a refrigerator on the 4th floor of the tower, and it spread due to the insulation of the building's windows, which were made of a combustible foam, which means that it was incredibly flammable.
A total of 70 people died at the scene, and the whole incident left more than 70 people injured, and 223 people managed to escape.
The tower is currently covered in scaffolding and a protective wrap, with a message at the top saying, "Grenfell, forever in our hearts." Recently, the UK government has announced that the building is to be demolished at some point in the near future. As long as it's still standing as of now, it reminds the people of London and the UK of the disaster.
We apologise if that last bit was a serious subject.
Sometimes there'll be topics in this show that may be of a serious subject, and we'll try to explain it in the best way possible.
We do try to keep a silly and fun vibe for this show, but sometimes there'll be times when we have to do this. We don't know how often this will happen. This could just be for this episode only, so there's a fair warning.
I feel like now that we've made our point clear, shall we continue with the rest of the programme?
I feel like we should. We have several other bits to talk about. There are a total of 3 stations in the borough named after Kensington, but interestingly, there are no stations named after Chelsea.
South Kensington, High Street Kensington, and Kensington Olympia. There's also West Kensington, but that is, in fact, not in K&C, so we aren't counting it.
All of these stations are on the District Line. High Street Kensington is on both the Circle and District lines, and South Kensington is on the Circle, District, and Piccadilly lines.
Kensington Olympia is also on the London Overground Milesmay line, as well as Southern on National Rail, both of which actually receive more services than the District line. We'll get to that soon, though.
Let's bring down the TfL tally to show the stats of each tube line in the borough. Well, it looks like the Circle line is back to first place, with 8 stations in total, along with the District line as well.
And the Overground has fallen into last place with the Central line, both with 2 stations each. And since we count the Overground lines too, let's show all of the Overground lines in Kensington and Chelsea. Well, the Mildmay line has 2 stations. Who'd have guessed, given that it's the only overground line in the borough.
Also, Kensington Olympia runs through both Kensington and Chelsea and Hammersmith and Fulham, but since it's officially under the authority of KNC, we're counting it for this borough.
Speaking of, let's talk about that station now. Kensington Olympia is the only station on the entire London Underground network to be directly on a limited service line, on the District line.
Normally, Olympia sees 3 trains per hour on the District line on weekends, as it's advertised that the District line runs there on weekends and public holidays. There used to be 3 trains per hour on weekdays too. Nowadays, however, there are only 8 trains per day which run from High Street Kensington to Olympia, and then there's an extra 2 trains which run from Olympia to High Street Kensington instead. The station also sees more use when there's an ongoing event at the Olympia Exhibition Centre.
Unfortunately, there are no bus stations in Kensington and Chelsea, but we can use this opportunity to mention something we haven't mentioned before on this show: cycling.
Oh yes! Cycling in London has become a lot more common in recent years, as there have been new cycleways installed in some parts of London, painted in either blue, red, or not painted at all. These cycle lanes are all across London. However, Kensington and Chelsea have been incredibly strict when it comes to cycleways.
For example, Cycleway 3 was originally planned to go to Acton, but it instead ended at Lancaster Gate. Similarly, Cycleway 9 originally planned to go all the way to central London, but instead ended at Kensington Olympia.
Uncoincidentally, these stopped specifically where the boundary of Kensington and Chelsea was. More recently, in 2019, the Council of Kensington and Chelsea vetoed a programme by TfL to allow safer walking and cycling in the borough.
And in 2020, a cycle lane in Kensington High Street was scrapped after only 7 weeks.
Needless to say, Kensington and Chelsea are terrified of vehicles with 2 wheels. Anywho, back to the rails.
There's only one currently disused tube station in the entire borough, that being Brompton Road on the Piccadilly line. It closed on the 30th of July 1934. This station suffered a similar fate to Down Street, which we discussed in a previous episode.
Yep, Knightsbridge Station had a newer entrance built near to Brompton Road, as newly built escalators replaced the lifts, and as a result, Brompton Road ceased operation. When it was a station, it closed on the 4th of May 1926 due to strike action, but it didn't reopen until the 4th of October the same year, and from then it was only served during weekends.
Sunday services were restored on the 2nd of January 1927, and even then, the station had low passenger usage, which was a factor of its closure. Knightsbridge's new entrance was the nail in the coffin for Brompton Road, though.
Also, since this borough is adjacent to the River Thames, there's a river bus pier here.
Cadogan Pier is the only river bus pier in the borough of Kensington and Chelsea. Riverbus 6 is the one that stops there.
Oh yeah, we should also mention the river services, as we didn't mention this in the first episode where we spoke about the river buses.
There are several boat services which run along the River Thames, all being named RB with a number.
RB1 runs from Battersea Power Station and Westminster to Barking Riverside. RB2 runs from Battersea Power Station to Embankment. RB4 runs between Canary Wharf and the unnecessarily longly named Doubletree Docklands Nelson Dock. And RB6 runs from Putney to Canary Wharf and North Greenwich.
There's also lots of river tours running between various parts of London, and the Woolwich Ferry connecting North and South Woolwich.
You know, with KNC being such a small borough, it's hard to find anything to talk about for transport, considering not many stations here have that interesting history to talk about. The river buses are cool though.
We can mention that Southern runs to 2 stations in the borough, but we don't normally cover National Rail stations, which is why we didn't talk about the amount of Thameslink stations last episode.
Anyway, with that being said, on to trivia! Kensington and Chelsea, the metropolitan boroughs, were merged into one borough during the merging of the boroughs in 1965. Kensington was a royal borough, so the merged borough had the full name of the Royal Borough of Kensington.
The borough was initially intended to be named Kensington, but due to protests by the residents of Chelsea and the Member of Parliament for Chelsea, Captain John Litchfield, the borough ended up being called Kensington and Chelsea.
Or say it with me now, the dodecasyllabic, the Royal Borough of Kensington and Chelsea. Now where have I heard that before?
Part of Hyde Park runs through Kensington and Chelsea, and Kensington Palace is in this part. This place is where some royal family members have resided.
Kensington and Chelsea used to have a very small population, especially for central London. Between 1801 and 1901, the population count has increased from 22,000 to 250,000. In 2022, the population count decreased to 146,000. Okay, I'm just gonna ask, what is with all these boroughs and the sudden increase and decrease in population? I'm aware 2 world wars happened, but what happened here in the late 1900s?
Maybe it had something to do with new towns being constructed, so people moved out of London to more affordable areas?
Well, as a result of this, Kensington and Chelsea has the smallest population out of any borough in London. No surprise, as we mentioned, it's the smallest one.
Kensington and Chelsea is twinned with Cannes in France. The city is situated on the French Riviera.
There's no sole Chelsea station on any train line here, but there would have been one as part of the Crossrail 2 project. It was shown that the station would have been located on King's Road, specifically the section of the road by Dovehouse Green, a small park next to the road. However, Crossrail 2 plans were shelved in late 2020, likely due to the ongoing pandemic at the time.
At least we still have Crossrail 1, which became the Elizabeth line.
Well, that's something, I guess. At least we got a new train line in recent years.
Well, that about concludes this episode of Borough Bugs.
Crazy how Kensington and Chelsea just decided to have its name be that because of protests.
Yeah, other boroughs weren't as lucky with their protests, as some boroughs campaigned hard for 2 place names in their boroughs' names. In fact, there's 2 other boroughs in London which include 2 place names in their name. Want to find out more? Stay tuned!
Or don't, you could just ignore this altogether.
I'd prefer if they didn't, though. Please stay tuned.
Free will is a thing, Vinbee, it's 2025.
Stay tuned!